Hello, and welcome back to the channel. We are out here at the tiny house today. I have been to the store a little bit and I got some packages from Amazon in the mail. So today my main focus is going to be back on the front door again. I'm going to be replacing the weather stripping because it is a little damaged on the doorknob side. And it looks like it's peeling up in some corners, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So I got some new Weber stripping for the front door, and hopefully it sits better and covers up some of the gaps in the door better than what is already there. But I did get that. I also got this fiberglass vent screening for the soffits. I won't be able to do that today, maybe, because my little crate will not work and I'm too short. So, I mean, I have a chair in the corner there. Let me not ruin my stuff before I use it. But, yeah, I'm short, so I won't be able to really see the soffits that well. But if that chair works out, then I might use that as my stool, so to speak, so I can cover up some of the soffits, because it's really just the small section right here off to the side and back here. And I was thinking as I was looking at the soffits, because I want to get my roof raised up eventually, hopefully soon, I don't know if it's a waste of time to cover the soffits right now, because if I raise up the walls, we may have to redo the walls at the top anyways. But I'm going to cover them anyways for right now so that I don't have things getting into the tiny house, because I still have the problem of at least wasps getting into the house, and I don't want to have to deal with those every time I come to the house to visit for right now. So I don't know if I'll get to the soffits today, but I will try to replace this Weber stripping on the door. The front porch actually looks great. I'm probably going to sand the filled in parts a little bit so that it's smooth and it doesn't look so rough. I'm not going to sand it too much because I don't really need to sand that area too much, since I'm going to be painting it, and it won't really matter if it's kind of rough because the house is already kind of rough. So, well, the siding itself has a rough texture. So, there's that. I did get the saw, but we're still going to put the bathroom door on hold because your girl could not get the battery and charger. I am a little upset about that, mostly because it makes no sense for, at least in my opinion, for all the different parts of the saw to come differently, and I have to pay for each and every one of them. So I did buy a cheaper saw anyways, so I'm not too upset, because in the long run it is cheaper than some of the other saws I have been looking at, but I am still a little irked that I couldn't get the battery and charger to go with it for right now. So bathroom door is still on hold, but at least got the saw and the blade that goes with it. So once I get that, then I'll be able to finish up the bathroom door trim that's on the outside. I can use that as my guide to hang the door, so to speak. And then after all of that, I can stain the door, whatever I planned on doing and whatnot, and going from there. So that's what I got planned for the door once I get the battery and charger for my saw. So that's probably going to be a next week thing or later in the future. But for right now, let's get to the Weber stripping on this door, because I did watch at least one video to try and figure out how to do it, and I think I have a good idea of how to do it, so it'll be pretty easy. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so here is the door Weber stripping. Right here, it's kind of scratched up and bent up, but otherwise it's in decent condition. But I do want to replace it for something that might be a little thicker, and I did buy that off of Amazon as well. This one's rubber, so hopefully it does better than this material, I believe, but we'll have to see. So from the video I saw, I'm just going to need pliers, and I'm probably going to use one of my putty knives to help kind of jam it in there without damaging it. But you basically just pull it out, well, measure it to the size, pull it out, and go from there. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do with this. And we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that this is thicker. Yeah, thicker than the original one. It doesn't look like it, but that'll be okay. And it's more like adhesive. So, ooh, I think these were like a couple rolls, I don't know, or just one big roll. So anyways, gonna replace the Weber stripping on this. I'll at least see how it looks first before I go to ripping stuff out, because I don't have to try and put it back. And I'm actually happy that I have so much of this, because I will be using this for the back door when I go to build it. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, how do I start? Oh golly. Okay. I'm just gonna do it like that. So I will be using the same stripping. Don't stick to yourself. I will be using the same stripping for the back door when I go to build it, so that I already have the Weber stripping for that available. Trying to see how I'm going to go about doing this. Because looking at the door now, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. So, gonna see. I'm also happy because it's since it's cooler outside now. It's still like 86 right now, but with the cooler weather, that means a lot of the bugs are gone, so I don't have to worry about leaving my door open now. Checking. I might actually hold on to this and check out those soffits instead, just to see. I'll have to double check on Amazon if I can get something thicker, because I think this will work, but I don't want to rip it out and realize it doesn't work. So we'll hold on to this. But anyways, let me show you guys the soffits and what I plan on doing. I did borrow my mom's staple gun for this, so I should be able to staple some of the cover up and go from there. So we're going to hold off on this. I just realized that while I'm out here, I can at least try and sand some of this down, because it's, of course, dry now. Let me turn you guys around. So it's, of course, dry now. I just want to sand it out so it's a little bit smoother and even with the siding. But I like how it looks. Of course, I put steel wool behind this, so things aren't tempted to dig through it and burrow through it and eat through it and get into the house. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm not worried about how this looks because I'm going to be painting the outside, and part of this is going to be covered in uh brick. So let me get my sander real quick and do that. Alrighty, porch has been technically swept off, and I did use the broom to dust off those sections that I just sanded. They look great, they feel great, so I'm not worried about them being too rough, and I haven't sanded enough down to where you can see into the house again, luckily. But it is like packed into the actual crack, so shouldn't get that bad. But now that we're back inside the tiny house, I'm going to look at the soffits. Yeah. So now that we're back inside the tiny house, I'm going to look at these soffits. I believe I can get some of the soffits covered right now. I don't know about any that go into this part of the loft, but it should be okay because there's none right here or anything. It's just on the sides of the house. And honestly, I believe the other soffits extend over this way, pretty much over the porch, but into this loft, and I can't get up there right now. So I'm going to basically get the ones that I can reach, which are back by the where I plan on putting the stairs, the bathroom, kitchen, and right here in the living room area. So give me just a second. Whew. I took my shoes off for this because climbing in and out of this chair in my boots is going to actually be annoying. So I figured I'd at least take the boots off for right now. So this is 8 inches wide and 100 feet long. So what I'm going to do is pretty much cut it to 3-inch increments because I need that for each soffit. That's still sticky. I'm going to save this tape so I can use it to rewrap it. So anyways, I'm going to cut it to 3-inch increments. So that I can properly cover each soffit. That's okay. I'm actually going to, dang it, I didn't bring that back. So we're going to make do with what we have. I'm going to get a scrap piece of wood or cardboard or something so I can cut these without cutting my leg. Oh. Look at God. Okay. So cutting these to 3-inch increments, and hopefully that should be good enough. Because if I counted correctly, I should have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll say 10 or 11 of these to cut. So, and I don't think that'll really put a dent in this, so I'll still have enough of this material to do the same thing anywhere else. Need it as quote unquote straight as possible. Perfect. And then we will staple it in place. This one's going to look a little janky because it's literally the first piece. And that's okay. I'm not expecting perfection. Okay, that's one. I'm trying to be careful so this doesn't actually unravel on me because that would suck. Alrighty. I'm going to cut a few more of these and then I'll bring you guys back after I put some of these up. It shouldn't take me too long to cut these. It's very easy to cut with just a utility knife, which is great. I was worried because I didn't have my scissors with me. Yeah, I was worried because I didn't have my scissors with me that these are going to be just a tad bit more annoying to cut, but luckily they aren't. So that's great news. So I'm going to cut a few more of these and I'll bring you guys back when I actually put them in, or when I install a piece or two. Because I'm going to try and pre-cut a lot of these pieces so that I already have them for when I go to put the other ones I can't reach up. Alrighty, so I am up on my swivel chair that is taking up residence in here right now. And these are the soffits up here. Let me see if I can get you guys to see that. So these are the soffits up here in the loft space on this side that I gotta cover. So I'm going to cut the vent cover to size for each one and staple it up there. I won't be able to staple it into the roof because I don't really want to do that, but I will staple it around, wrap it tight so that nothing is tempted to crawl through or anything like that. And I do have a lot of material for that, so if I do have to replace the soffit material, then it won't be that bad. But I figured I may as well try to seal up the tiny house the best I can now, and we'll see. Found a nail. So that's the plan. I will get to it. They don't look that big, so I'm probably gonna try and cut some patches ahead of time after taking a quick measurement to see how big they are. Make it a little bigger than I need, maybe, and go from there. So let's get it. I also figured I'd mention this before I forget, that I do still have to seal in this corner of the wall. So I'll probably do that tomorrow because honestly I just don't feel like doing it today. So I will try to get the soffits done for the most part. I don't know if I'm going to get back in that kitchen area because of the 2x4s, but I'll at least get the ones I can cover for right now. And that should hopefully help. So really the living room stairs, sort of, because I can't get past my pile of boxes, and bathroom, because I can get that corner. So we'll see. I assume there's like a soffit for each section between the rafters, so that's pretty much how I'm gonna hit it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I think it's doing a good job, but it's not going to get a complete seal on the inside, so I may put them up anyways just to have something there, but I'm probably going to have to cover the soffits from the outside, and I will go outside to see how they look on the outside and see if I can staple them up there, but I know if I have to staple them outside, I'm going to need a ladder. So let's head outside, I guess, and take a look-see. Alrighty, so heading outside. And if I cover the soffits from the outside, it might be better for the porch, because then I won't have to try and figure out how to get it from the loft on the inside. So on the underside here, you guys can see this is where the soffits are. So looking at it, I might be able to cover it. I'm not sure. Or at least might be able to cover where it goes into the tiny house. So that way nothing is trying to build in there. Hello. So trying to get a good look from outside. Yeah, so where these are pretty much where the gutters would go. So I may have to hold off on the soffits too, which kind of sucks, but it'll be all right. So, so if I hold off on that, then I will wait till like gutters and stuff are up and use that to block the gutters from getting crawled into, and that will keep bugs and stuff out. So, bummer, but it is what it is. I at least got one up, so I'm thinking that I'll hold off on doing that for a little while and see how that goes. Besides, it is getting cooler, so I don't have to worry about bugs as much as I used to in the summer, but I still want to get them covered up while things have calmed down so I don't have to worry about bugs. So don't really have a lot of time today because I did come out here kind of late, but that's okay. I haven't had anything big I needed to work on other than the bathroom door right now, and with the runaround I'm getting with the saw parts, I'll have to wait on that. So I think next video will probably be me working on the door. I don't know. It depends if I can get that battery and charger for the saw. And then if I can get some new weather stripping for the door, I'll probably do that too. I'll have to stop by Lowe's or something and give that a look to see if I can find some thicker weather stripping for the door. I think that's all I have for today. Yeah, so not very much going on today, and that's okay. I didn't really have much planned for today anyways, other than hopefully getting to the door, but unfortunately the saw kind of messed me up. So I think that's all I have for today. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. I still haven't added the videos and everything yet like I wanted to. I gotta figure out how I want to do that because Patreon's kind of weird like that, and I don't think I'll upload them in big batches. I think I'll just upload them individually, which would be a lot of videos. So I'll probably like try and space that out every now and then so I don't like spam my Patreon too much. But I will be uploading a poll eventually to Patreon and maybe even YouTube, I'm not sure, to see how things go. Yeah, so don't forget to check out the Patreon. I am working on updating that, and hopefully I will get the stuff I need to finish up some of these smaller projects, and I might even start looking at some cabinets like I said in a previous video, so that I can get started on some custom cabinets for the kitchen space, because I technically only have 2 custom cabinets that 2 or 3, I'll say that, custom cabinets that I plan on building for the Classy Cat kitchen. So once I get the once I get those cabinets out of the way, I should be able to just kind of piece together my kitchen and everything will be looking a little better. I'm also waiting on concrete for out here. We plan on getting it all done in one go, so I won't have to. I will have to wait a little bit to see uh where we're going to be putting concrete down because we do need some concrete pads poured out here, and we do plan on pouring concrete under the tiny houses. And I don't know if we're going to get like plumbing or anything done first so that we aren't fighting concrete to get our plumbing done because that wouldn't be fun. So I'll have to see how those plans go, but I do kind of know that somewhere around the first we're going to have concrete poured. So that'll be exciting because as soon as that happens, I'll be able to do the bonus room. Um, yeah, I'll be able to start on the bonus room build, which will be fantastic. So that'll be all for today. Until next time, see you guys.